Hey everyone, I'm going to react to That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, Episode 7, Conqueror of Flames. Oh, Flames. Last episode we got introduced to Shizu. I think that was her name. Let me see. Yeah, Shizu. We got introduced to Shizu. She was summoned from the real world by this person, and then this person was like, Shizu has an affinity to flames, so he gave it to Ifrit to basically take control over her body or something or other like that. And Ifrit is sort of like a flame kind of thing, monster. Either way, so the title being Conqueror of Flames, it must be something to do with Shizu and Ifrit, right? I don't know. So Shizu was traveling with these three people from Blutmundo or whatever. And then they came upon these ant-looking monsters and they were fighting them. And then, Shizu was fighting them. The other guys were running away. And Rimuru came to their help. They were brought to the Goblin Village, were given food to drink and everything. And then him and Rimuru and Shizu had a talk, and that's where they talked about how Rimuru got sucked into this world and how she got stuck into this world. And then he also kept feeling like some kind of pain or something or other like that. But we still don't know what that is about exactly. They haven't explicitly said what that's about. I'm thinking it's the curse thing that Feldora mentioned. So yeah, that's what happened last episode. And before we get into this one, if you guys have a reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and please consider supporting on Patreon at patreon.com/Philomini. And now let's start this episode, and here we go. You know, sorry if I wasn't talking to this reaction, but for those of you that are new to my channel, new to me, when I'm upset, I don't want to talk. I don't feel like talking. Words are hard to come out of my mouth. I felt like I was holding back tears throughout this episode, and it wasn't until I started seeing the outro and I saw Shizu walking by herself that like I couldn't help but imagine what she has been through. She was brought into this world, this Ifrit spirit is now residing in her. And when after that spiritual possession of her, there was this monster that showed up. Koenig, I think, showed up, and Leon told her to basically kill him and whatnot, and she wasn't moving. And then he basically forced her to attack him, and she did. And then you go from there, and then you see her with, she comes upon, I think her name is Pirino, right? And there was this little cute animal monster that was with her, and they named it Pisu. And she's like, she was gonna bring it to the castle, and she was telling her that they would not accept it or something along those lines. And something inside me, I'm like, please don't tell me that he's gonna make her kill Pizu. You know, I was just thinking that he was gonna make her kill Pizu, you know, because usually in those type of things, when you have this kid that basically has no control over herself, she meets this people, this girl and this monster, and they're friendly, they're animal, they're having fun. You know something bad's gonna happen. So when she decided to take it to the castle wherever, and he went there, and Leon was there, and then the Pizu started acting up, and you see the change in Shizu, and she just like walks through and just like killed them both. That's where, like, that's from that moment on, I was like upset, and I didn't want to like talk anymore because it felt like, okay, she remembered that she was dreaming, she was dreaming, then she woke up, and you see how grown up she is. That moment that she didn't have any control, so you can only imagine through the years how many people she has killed because of that spirit in her, and because she didn't have any choice. And when Eren was telling her to like basically have her continue on the journey with her, and she's like, no, she has to leave, probably because after remembering that what happened when she, with Ipiri, no, and Pizu, she didn't want to be around people, and she didn't want to hurt them, so she's like, she's gonna go. And she was about to leave, and Rimuru shows up, asked her where she was. I think he asked her to stay or something, but she's like, she has to go. She has to find the person that summoned her. And when Rimuru asked her like why she's looking for this person, she didn't answer. And I'm thinking, did she want? She want him to take this spirit away from her, kill her? I don't know. My first thought was to kill her. That's where my first thought went to. But she didn't say anything. So Rimuru's like, okay, but come back anytime you want. And they were about to leave, and you see the spirit take control over her. And I was so worried about those three that were there. Like, before she even changed, you see her, she's like, not again. And then you see her crying before Ifrit took control over her. So you know she doesn't want to do this, but it's been forced upon her. And I just, like, as I was sitting here watching it, like, I was shaking. They started using this as she started using this icicle. Like, after Ifrit took control, he summoned these salamanders, and Eren started throwing these icicles at them, and that was the only thing that was affecting the salamander. And Rimuru asked Eren to throw one at him so that he can analyze it and be able to produce it. And they were able to take care of the salamanders. And Ifrit, there was one salamander that got close to them three and then was about to explode, right? I love that moment where the leader, even though they knew that they were not gonna be able to escape this explosion, he sort of like protected the other two. Like, I love that moment. And then after that, it was just Ifrit that was there, right? Rimuru told Ranga to take the others away, and he was gonna face Ifrit alone. He was I think was he about to use his ice thing? I don't know. Ifrit created these multiple versions of himself, and Rimuru was able to take care of those. And then Ifrit created this sort of like circle around Rimuru, and was like sort of like engulfing him in flame. The only thing that made me laugh this episode was when Rimuru was thinking, okay, I'm gonna die. Like when he said life, it's a very short life, like slime in life, his life as a slime, very short. And then when nothing was happening, and then he asked the voice that analyzes stuff, and she's like, it's not gonna affect you, like duh. And then he sighed. That made me laugh. Like that was so funny when he did that. Like really, like get with the program. I'm so like exasperated with you. I don't know, that just that moment. That's the only moment in this episode that I felt like I got a laughter out of myself. But everything else, I was just like I didn't like seeing Shizu being forced to do all these horrible things. And then they were calling her the hero, the legendary hero, of 50 years ago. And I'm like, how is she a hero? If I remember correctly, I feel like she's the one that imprisoned Veldora. I might be wrong, but I feel like she's the one that did it. And is that why they're calling her the legendary hero? But even if that's the case, I feel like that title doesn't suit her. I don't see how she can be a hero when everything that she's doing when it comes to Ifrit is involuntary. She doesn't want to do those things. I'm assuming maybe that it's just when she's in her normal form, human form, and she's able to do what she wants and she helps others. But when Ifrit takes control, she doesn't have any say in that. So it's like, how often does, I don't even want to think about it. I feel like it's often enough that Ifrit has killed many innocent people, and she's carrying that on her conscience. And it's like, I feel like she doesn't want to exist anymore. But then after Rimuru realized that this fire was not hurting him, and then he wrapped Ifrit in whatever slime substance that he's made of, which makes whatever when Ifrit tried to get rid of those restraints, he wasn't working on it because the fire is not, he's resistant to fire, so he was still, and then he used Predator to swallow up Ifrit. But then Shizu was out there while the spirit of Ifrit was inside Rimuru with Veldora. So is she now free of Ifrit? I hope so, because I feel so bad for her. I really do. I feel so bad for her. And that Koenig, whatever, that showed up with Leon, he said he was gonna kill Leon and become the demon lord or whatever. So is Leon the demon lord? I think in a previous episode, they mentioned something about demons in this the anime, and that they should steer clear of them or something or other like that. I don't quite remember exactly what was said, but if that's the case, clearly he's a bad guy, so I'm like, Alright. Thank you guys for watching. And if you like this reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe. And if you want to see my reaction to the next episode, you can do so by checking out my Patreon. I'll be sure to come/Feeling and you can also see the full length for this reaction there as well. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. Even if my blood, my sweat, and my tears don't mean nothing, it's the heart of a champion.